Hey everybody, Bob here and welcome back to another Making Stuff video. Today I'm going to be making this bandsaw table without the use of a welder for this Harbor Freight portaband bandsaw, and I'm also going to do something a little bit different this time. I'm going to make plans available for this project, so if you want to build one yourself, stay tuned because I'll have more details later in the video. Okay, so I just wanted to do a little test fit here. I've got the tabletop clamped to the table legs, and I went to go put the bandsaw in here to see how everything fit. I wanted to make sure there was enough clearance down here on the bottom, and I discovered a problem. And as you know, if you watch the Making Stuff channel, I like to show all of the problems that I run into because not everything goes 100% perfect the first try on the internet. And here's the problem. I did not take into account the back side of the bandsaw blade on the saw, so this plate will only go in so far, and there's about a ½ inch gap right here that I need to take care of. So the thing that I should do is just recut this tabletop. The problem is I don't have any 3/16 inch steel big enough to recut this tabletop, and when I went to the steel supplier, I bought the last 3/16 inch piece of steel they had, so it's going to be a while before I can get this piece. So for, I guess, my fix, I'm going to just weld in a smaller piece of 3/16 inch steel to fill this gap and then grind it down flat, and then by the time I paint it, won't even know it's there. So it is a problem, but it's not something that can't be solved. Okay, so I know what some of you guys are thinking right now. I'm using a welder and this is supposed to be a no-weld project. Well, you're right, but I'm not using the welder to build this project. I'm using the welder to fix my mistake. If I could go buy that steel right now and just recut that part, that's what I would do, but I don't have that option. So don't make the same mistake that I did and you won't have to use a welder. Okay, so now that I have the bandsaw actually mounted on the table, I need to power it up some way. Now, a lot of guys will use a clamp or a zip tie just to clamp that trigger shut. In my opinion, that's really not that safe because it's kind of hard to turn it off if something goes wrong. So what I'm going to do is incorporate the use of a foot pedal. Now, the way this works is you just plug the foot pedal into the wall, then you just plug the bandsaw into the foot pedal. Yes, you still have to clamp the trigger down some way, but the saw will not come on unless your foot is on the foot pedal. So that's enough talk about it. Let's actually put it to use and cut some stuff. All right, so I've got my trigger clamped with a cheap clamp. I've got my foot switch all set up. So I think I will cut this 1/2 inch tubular steel that I had laying around the shop. So now let's try some of this angle iron that I've got. So I'm really happy with the way this project turned out. Some of the features I like is that it is at the perfect work height when it is just sitting on my work table. I also like that if I need to use this as a portaband, all I have to do is remove these 4 screws. The saw will remove from the table. I can leave this plate mounted on there, use my saw as a portaband, then when I'm done, just come back and mount it back to the table. I also like having that foot switch. That way I don't rely just on a clamp or a zip tie on the trigger. It's much safer to do that way. And also, since it is a no-weld project, if I need to disassemble this for easier storage, I can do that. But I plan on using this in some upcoming making stuff projects. So for the time being, I'm leaving this assembled because I'm going to put it to some use. Now, what if you want to build one of these for yourself? Well, I said earlier that I had plans available. I do have some plans for sale over on the Making Stuff webpage, and I have a link to them down in the description of the video. So this is going to be kind of a trial run. I get asked quite often if I have plans for these projects that I have on the YouTube channel, and up until now the answer has been no. But if this is a success, then I will continue to make plans for upcoming projects. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give me that big thumbs up. If you aren't a subscriber, please consider subscribing and ringing that bell so you don't miss any more upcoming Making Stuff videos. And thanks for watching.